Hey guys, this is Tim from Decoding Panels under the Codex Podcast banner. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you know when we've got this and other great stories coming your way, along with new episodes of the Codex Podcast. All right, ready? Sit back, relax, and let's do this. Welcome back to another episode of Decoding Panels. Universes collide, and who better to team up than Batman and Spawn? Now, Image and DC each put out a one-shot having to do with the team-up of these iconic characters. DC's was titled Batman/Spawn, and in complete originality, Image titled theirs as Spawn/Batman. Now, the continuity of this one that we'll be diving into here falls in line with the Dark Knight Returns epic storyline, and that was created by Frank Miller. So that is the Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Strikes Back, DK3, The Master Race, and any other stories or one-shots in that universe. Now, it's no surprise that Miller and McFarlane teamed up here to create at least this one, as Frank had worked on Spawn a couple issues before this actually came out, and that is all aside from them being colleagues and pretty good friends. Okay, enough of the backstory. Let's go ahead and get into finding out why Spawn used a shoestring to tie up his face in early issues of the Spawn title. Are you guys ready? Let's go. Gotham City. Cold, dark, unforgiving. We are at the waterfront, small waves crashing against rotted wood as the sounds of Gotham are heard in the distance. Curses, gunshots, screams of pain, dull moans, and then silence. Inside a warehouse, we get the smells of blood and sweat. The silhouette of a man. A cold man. A dark night. Batman. His lungs are filled with fire as he breathes in the dirty air. Blood pours from the wound on his shoulder, but there's no time to think about that. No time to acknowledge that it's even there. Every heartbeat is used. Every thought processed. No time is wasted. He is a protector, a champion, a detective. Punks, he says as he leaves unlucky criminals in his wake. You're lucky I went so easy on you. Those who choose this life of crime are left broken and twisted behind him. His thoughts move on to other things. Weapons. Sold to Gotham street gangs for a war that never happened, but are now being used on the streets. His streets. Guns, explosives, and strange high-tech equipment that hint at what could have happened after a nuclear nightmare. Gloves that sing with the promise of unmatched power. But wait, a hiss. Not human. Coming from the side. A mechanical gauntlet slams into Batman, sending him crashing into wooden crates near him. He has no time to recover as he's struck again, causing more damage to him, both inside and out. The robot stops, thinking Batman is finished. It's as stupid as it is lethal. It's not human. No chance against this thing. Stay focused. Ignore the pain. Stay conscious. The gloves. No time to study them. Just put them on and get to work. When the gloves go on, Batman instantly feels the surge of superhuman strength coursing through his body. He gets an unnatural wave of confidence also. The robot takes aim and charges. If it connects, this massive machine could turn Batman to dust in an instant. There is no hesitation on Batman's part. Since year one, he's known that where there is no defense, you attack. The visor cracks. Batman is ready to hit again when he notices something. At least part of this machine is human. What? Where am I? Batman launches in, driving a well-trained kick to the machine, disabling it even more. Move in. Disable it, but don't kill it. I don't know where I am. It's like wrestling a jackhammer. Get inside it. Disable it. Get to the person forced to be this monstrosity. Whoever is in there is speaking English. English with a Brooklyn accent. What in the world is going on here? The machine shudders and then finally comes to a stop. Batman has won. He has no time to relish in his victory, though, for as he works to free the human inside, the machine starts to emit a loud beeping sound. I, I can't feel my legs. Batman knows that sound. A self-destruct device. Free whatever's left that's human. It's still possible. The self-destruct is quick, and as the earth moves and fire now fills the air, what was once human is now just a piece of evidence. The explosion sends Batman in one direction, and the head in another. A news report. Dr. Margaret Love, founder of Heal the World, is the newest recipient of the Lambier Prize for Humanitarian Achievement. In a statement, she says, "Our work has only just begun. I accept this honor, but not in my name. I accept it in the name of the thousands of caring volunteers who have worked tirelessly to bring forth the rewards of empowerment, self-actualization, and attitude adjustment to our disenfranchised throughout the planet." The Batcave, a damp place where sounds echo upward to escape and be lost in the darkness. "I've prepared some tea for you, Master Bruce. It's chamomile. The tea, that is. It's world-renowned for relieving stress in the hardest of vigilantes suffering from obsessive disorder." "Not now, Alfred. Just patch up my shoulder. The blood's getting in the way." "Of course, sir. But you may consider taking off the cowl so as to make things a little easier. You don't have to hide your identity down here." "Sometimes I'm more comfortable with it on." Batman takes a moment to analyze the now decomposing head from the machine. No fingers, so no fingerprints. He does still have his teeth, though. Scanning now for dental records in the system. "Sir, the T. His name is Louis Bacchus, age 42, alcoholic. Last seen at the 42nd Street Mission in Manhattan. Presumed dead. What is the brain of a New York bum doing inside of a machine? One severed head is as good as the next, eh, sir? Pity. About the tea, I mean. The answer's in New York City. They say chamomile helps to prevent nightmares, even of the self-inflicted kind. I don't get nightmares, Alfred. I give them. No need for punchlines, sir. You're amongst friends here. Put the head on ice and archive the gloves. Be careful with them. It's a pleasure to speak with you, sir, as always." New York City. The hunt begins, but soon a woman's scream pierces the night and Batman remembers a small boy who watched in horror as bullets tore through his parents, Martha and Thomas Wayne. And he knows the hunt must wait, if only for a moment. The news. Heal the World is in full swing, helping New York's homeless population through self-adjustment and attitude realignment as hope and work for a better life continues to give results. Meanwhile, reports are coming in of muggers stopped in their tracks or would-be victims saved by a shadowy figure. Could Gotham's very own Caped Crusader be in the back alleys of the Big Apple? "I had everything, you know, but I dropped it all and found spiritual enlightenment. Pass that bottle, would you?" In the alleyways, in the shadows, Batman listens for anything that could be a clue. Mostly he hears nonsense, sob stories, but now and again he hears tales of one of the bum's own. Al, someone with magical powers. More nonsense. But Batman couldn't be more wrong. Another creature of the night glides through the buildings and alleyways of New York City on a mission of his own. A dead man brought back to life to serve the Lord of Hell itself as he seeks redemption. and some of his friends have gone missing. Spawn. Not too far away, a couple of crazies doing what crazies do to have a good time. You're gonna love it, man. You're gonna love it. Do it, man. Do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna. Look at him. He's not even moving. A gallon of gasoline poured all over him and he doesn't even move. Give me a match. Just watch. He'll be jumping around like a sewer rat here in a second. Do it, man. I'm doing it. Wait. Fire doesn't act like that. Run! Run! It's coming after us! Strangest thing I ever saw, man. It was like magic or something. These two would-be arsonists and murderers slam into the equivalent of a concrete wall. Yes, magic. Magic from the depths of hell itself, which is exactly where you two will be going very shortly, unless there's any good reason why I shouldn't. Panic takes over and one friend yells for another to throw away common sense and waste Spawn. Stupid. They're both being very stupid right now. Even Spawn agrees. When you see Satan, tell him I said hello. Magic starts to form in Spawn's hands. A small portion of his powers, finite, from the depths of hell have been used, squandered. To Spawn, this is justice served, but to Batman, coming in after what these two subhumans attempted to do, all he sees is attempted murder. You must be Al, Batman says, putting his knee right into Spawn's spine. There's one great thing about murderers, Batman thinks as he continues his assault on Spawn. You don't have to feel bad, at all, about taking cheap shots with them. Just like coming in from 30 feet above and driving your knee into his kidney. It won't cause too much damage, but enough that he'll be ready to face a judge in about 6 months after he can walk again. These alleys are mine, Batman. Back off! This is impossible. Batman's inner monologue is working overtime as he just can't come to terms with the fact that this Al is still able to walk. He's pivoting expertly, almost like he's had some sort of training. Spawn gives Batman a well-placed kick, taking the air out of his lungs and getting him off of Spawn. In an instant, Batman grabs Spawn and rockets him into the trash and debris along the side of the alleyway. It's like punching a brick wall or kicking a giant slab of granite. Yet, he still hisses like a man. He still breathes. What on earth is he made of? He can take punishment of the superhuman variety. There's no reason to be nice anymore. 3 batarangs fly through the air. Their target should be just short of lethal for Al Simmons. Spawn's chains do their work as he catches one of them in his hands. Knock this off, Batman. I don't have time for this. Batman delivers another kick to this walking slab of marble. A normal man's spine would have shattered by now. Spawn isn't even breathing hard. Breathing. That's it. Whatever Spawn is, he still breathes. He still needs to breathe. Back off. Get some distance between you and him. There's a reason why you have a utility belt. Use it. Give him some nerve gas, enough to take down a mob. The capsules burst. The gas is released and Spawn breathes it in, instantly starting to cough. It seems to slow him down, soften him up a little as Batman moves in for the attack. Blow after blow connects before Spawn goes to his knees. Have you had enough? Batman asks. In your dreams, Spawn replies. Spawn feels like it's cheating, using his magic as he and Batman trade blows. The magic makes him strong, gives him an advantage to beat down Batman. More blows land, both from the Dark Knight and the Protector of the Alleyways. Batman begins to realize he's overpowered. It's a fight for the death right now, fight or flight, and if he's dead, he's no use to anyone. A smokescreen capsule is tossed as Batman begins to slide back into the night. Don't come back, Spawn says, holding in coughs from the nerve gas. You have your turf, I have mine. I'll be back, Batman says. Count your blessings I took it easy on you, you little punk. Spawn relaxes his magic and his stomach. I, I showed him. Jesus, what was that gas? Spawn relieves himself of any food that was floating around in there. It's worse when your stomach's empty and you have to convince your gag reflex that there's just nothing left to bring up. Batman gets maybe 10 or so blocks before his body gives out and he collapses. He spends the next few minutes teaching himself how to breathe again before he goes to work on his right arm, pushing it back into its socket. He twists his spine to get it somewhat back to an alignment where he can walk. All of this pain is good for him, though. It keeps his mind off of the humiliation. Spawn was holding back. Meanwhile, the building Spawn is about to enter is old and crumbling. If you leaned on it the wrong way, it could fall apart into a cloud of dust and debris. Once you get the fake rust off that lock, however, it's shiny and brand new. Back when Al was a soldier, when he was alive, picking a lock like this could be done in less than 10 seconds. Now it takes him 12. State-of-the-art security for a mission? Interesting. A junkie named Silvio pointed Spawn in this direction. He said you can check in, but you don't check out. Whatever this place is, it's used for way more than caring for the homeless and feeding people. Spawn walks around, taking all of this in, investigating, when all of a sudden, whirs and gears make almost silent noise behind him. A massive blast of energy hits where Spawn was just moments before. The machine moves and operates, grabbing Spawn quickly and smashing a massive steel club of a hand into him. Another precious little piece of Spawn's power is released. Released and wasted. Better to use what's right in front of you. This gun could level a city block, and Spawn holds it effortlessly. Unleashing its power, the beam of energy slams into the cyborg, shattering it into millions of tiny metallic pieces. Something from the wreckage is still alive. What? Chuck, Spawn says, reaching for what's left of his friend. Where am I? Chuck, my God, who did this to you? I don't know who I am. What's left of the machine crashes into the wall, shutting down. Separate circuits then come to life as a monitor pops out. My dear friends, a woman's voice says. Spawn stands and watches. You've worked so hard these past few months. I couldn't be more proud of each and every one of you. You are now ready to start the final phase of your rehabilitation. Chuck lets out a few more words. I can't feel my arms. The woman continues. Prepare to shed those poisoned bodies and become perfect servants, free of pain, free of guilt, free of choice. Her voice is like music, almost hypnotizing. But then, like a crashing wave, memories begin to flood in Spawn's mind. A memory of Al, somewhere on a battlefield in a foreign land. She was smiling. Men screamed, cried out for their mothers while she smiled. And now, here, she's doing the same sick, twisted thing. I can't feel my legs. The powers of hell scream to be let out, to go to work. Spawn does not fight this. Elsewhere, he was not holding back. Humiliating. Don't think about it. Pat yourself up. You'll be ready for the next time, when duty calls. Batman looks up. It's a strange sight to see the bat signal in the clouds above New York City. A strange sight indeed, but a welcome one. If Batman is still in any sort of pain, he does not feel it. It's a makeshift signal, a call for help. Batman's head spins as he looks at her, listens to her. If he wasn't what he is, he would almost call this feeling desire. But he is what he is. One of our top security cameras caught that thing that did this, Batman. It had chains, a giant red cape. It destroyed the mission. I'm afraid it will do even worse. I'm having a fundraiser on my Heal the World ship. The president may even be there. Batman, if anything were to happen, don't worry, he says. He won't get anywhere near your ship. That thing was holding back. Batman needs to even the odds. A phone call is made to Alfred, and within a few hours, a package is delivered and Batman is ready. Back in the alleyways that Spawn calls his home. Batman's nerve gas is the gift that keeps on giving as Spawn empties his stomach yet again. There you go, Al. Just let it all out. No need to fight it. Another retch as more comes up. Count your blessings, Al. That's the rest of us, right there, every single day. Spawn agrees. You're right. That man that did this to me. Batman. If he's smart, he's learned his lesson. Yeah, right, Al. You've always got great stories to tell. It's not a story. It was Batman. And if he's working for Margaret Love, or whatever she calls herself these days, then he's not the hero he claims to be. Like, Elseworlds, right? Mick, what the hell are you talking about? Hey, look up there! Spawn is going on about what he will do to both Batman and Margaret Love when one of the homeless tries to get his attention. Hey, Al, you may want to take a look at this. The Dark Knight, Gotham's protector, the world's smartest detective, comes crashing in like a missile straight at Spawn. The power of the gloves courses through Batman. Wounds that hours ago would have left him a broken mess he can now laugh at. The best thing of all, he's going against someone that can take an unearthly amount of punishment. No need to hold back. After several blows, Spawn finally gets a hold of Batman. You're an idiot. I'll tear you apart. In your dreams, Batman says, bringing an elbow down on one side of Spawn's head while his knee comes up on the other. Back when Al was a soldier, when he was alive, he didn't need magic. Now, with precious little magic to spare, he reverts back to fighting the way he was trained to fight. Dirty. Batman is taken off guard and slammed into the wall. I'll break you in half, Spawn shouts. You're sloppy, stupid, no discipline, Batman says in return. Talking trash will not help you here. Batman just continues as Spawn crashes his fist into him, a final blow sending the caped crusader flying back. I've had it. You've had it. You're done. I'm just warming up, punk. A blow from Batman, and then Spawn gives one in return. Another, and another, as these two gladiators beat each other down to nothing. Batman gets one final hit in, sending Spawn crashing into crates feet away. It's the 12th round. Both fighters are spent, but neither want to give away the win. Give it up, Batman says, barely able to breathe. You're finished. Look at you, Spawn says, in just as bad a shape. You can't even get up. You're the one who's finished. I'll rip you to shreds. Just let me catch my breath. I'll break you in half. And then, when each has beaten each other near senseless, the alleyway rumbles. Cyborg sent by the one and only Margaret Love, here to tie up any loose ends. She can't be exposed or stopped if both Batman and Spawn are dead. Neither can get up. Neither can fight. Batman is slammed into the ground, head first. His jaw shatters like a glass vase. Steel pierces his skin, hits an artery, a lethal wound. As Batman feels the fingers of death reaching for him and hearing the wet sounds of what they're doing to him. Christ, they're killing him, Spawn says. Spawn reaches deep within himself to stay conscious, to move, to survive. He reaches all the way down to hell for this power. Ungodly power erupts from Spawn as the machines are instantly destroyed. I hope you appreciate this, Batman. Stupid. Undisciplined, Batman mutters. You're not making any sense. You're in shock. It doesn't look good. Batman mutters more nonsense. Magic tricks. No way. No way to fight. Batman's heart stops. There's very little blood left inside him. It would take a miracle now for him to survive this. Spawn doesn't hesitate. Not one bit. What are you doing? Batman says. I'm saving your life and dropping in for a little visit. Get out of my head. Do you hear that, Batman? That would be your heart. Beating. You didn't have one of those a little while, back there. You're welcome, by the way. Get out of my head. Yeah, I could do that, but then I'd just have to beat the snot out of you all over again. You didn't beat anyone. You were on the ropes. Finished. Dude, I'd put you down. I only stopped out of pity for you. A wet paper bag could have given me more trouble than you did. At least I was able to not lose my lunch. Yeah, you made me puke. I'll give that one to you. Get out of my head! No, not until we've had a chance to talk. Trade stories. Trade a little bit of each other. You're a murderer. Thousands of times over. You're worthless. I was a soldier, Batman. I fought and I died. I wasn't some rich kid with a thing for bats. I faced bullets. Bullets. Your parents. Get out of my head! No, not until you know. Look at her, Batman. Look! Watch those soldiers gibber like fools and scream and die. That is Margaret Love. These are her damn experiments. She smiled. Damn her, she smiled. Do you get it now? Yes. I mean, you're a little thick-headed, but do you get it? Do you understand what she is doing? What she will do? Yes. Now get out of my head. Instantly, both men return to their own minds, to the real world. Nothing I'd rather do more, Spawn says. It's not a very nice place in there. Have you ever thought about getting professional help? If there's one thing I cannot stand, Batman says, gearing up, it's a punk that will not shut up. Let's go. We've got work to do. Both men, both protectors, rocket through the walls and buildings of New York. They are on a mission now. The president never did make it to the fundraiser, but anybody who's anybody else did. Margaret insists that everybody enjoy the punch. The punch is non-alcoholic, but it does tickle the senses and make those who drink it very open to suggestion. Margaret's voice does the rest of the work. Colleagues, friends, honored guests, may God bless you all and thank you for coming. When I was little, I saw all this sadness and suffering around me. It was then I decided to dedicate every hour of my life to ending this suffering, this pain. As the years passed, however, a vast emptiness filled my soul, a vast, hopeless black hole. With every mouth we fed, there are still millions who are starving. With every mind turned to love and joy, there are still whole nations devoted to bigotry and hatred. It all seems so impossible, but then, one day, I had an epiphany, like a lightning bolt to the brain. It was all so simple, so obvious. The problem is people. The vice president nods in approval. There's a sob from the attorney general. People. Sweating, meat-eating, farting, destructive, stupid, murderous people. People all over the planet. Destroying the beauty that is nature with their flesh, their mini-malls, factories, and toxic waste dumps. A hatch begins to open on the ship. People committing endless atrocities. They're ruining everything. The problem is people. Inside, there is an arsenal made for a war that was never fought. There's a hush over the crowd. Two generals trade high fives. We stand on the brink of destiny, my friends, Margaret says, showing the weapons to those in attendance. We have a chance to bring in a new world, free of pain, free of fear and war and crime, and all the other evils of human willfulness. All it will take is a war that will grow and grow and grow until there is fire everywhere. Then, when the fires have come down, our work will truly begin. We will use technology, therapy, and force to bring freedom from choice to every soul left on the planet. We will free the world. We will heal the world. The deck of the ship erupts in applause. The president does arrive, after all, and after his first sip of punch, his friends begin to fill him in. Get a move on, Batman. You're taking way too long with those guards. What are you doing back in my head, Batman says, disabling this criminal. I thought we could coordinate, Spawn says. This seemed like the best way. Just follow my lead, boy. I've been at this a lot longer than you have, and I'm a whole lot smarter. From all indications, you're dumber than Clark. Who's Clark? None of your business. We made it. We're inside the ship, through the hull. No thanks to you. You're a battering ram, so make all the noise you want, though it's a wonder you can move with all those chains. That was cheap, man. You just make all the noise. I'll do the real work. Just smash the cyborgs. I'll do the thinking for both of us. Wait, Spawn says. There's a whole arsenal in here. There's even nukes. She wants to kill everybody. Great. Perfect, Batman says. That was expert. You were a soldier, Batman says to Spawn, scolding him. You should have known explosives would blow up if you were not careful. You be careful, old man, Spawn says. Nice, sweet, and careful. That woman is here to end everything, and I am going to stop her even if it kills me all over again. No, you fool, she does not have to die. Why not? Spawn says, matter of fact. Batman does not have an answer. He begins to head toward her, listening to her last breaths, her last gasps before he realizes it's too late. My dreams, all of it. A better world. Paradise. She has one option left to her. A weapon. An old and powerful weapon. It's a nuke, and it's heading straight for the center of town. Do something! Batman screams at Spawn. Spawn grabs hold of Batman. I bail you out, and I have to put up with this. Hold on to your guts, Batboy. This is gonna suck. There's a surge of magic from hell. They teleport. It is the worst. Batman and Spawn are ripped into atoms. Ripped apart and then rebuilt. Spit out from the ether onto the side of this ancient Soviet missile that promises to vaporize millions if they don't do something. Batman's hands stop shaking. His mind clears. They have to. It's a mess, Batman says, surveying. It's a redundant circuitry. No, it's not, Spawn says, grabbing hold of Batman's cape. I know this model. It's a trap. It's made to look like that. If you touch it wrong, everybody dies. I won't touch anything wrong, Batman says, going to work. Don't touch the cape. Nobody touches the cape. Ever. His genius-level intellect goes to work. This mind could have revolutionized the field of physics. His hands so steady they could have been used as a safecracker or a concert pianist. Batman. Detective. Dark Knight. Savior. That's it, he says. I'm done. Get us out of here. Al, get us out of here. The missile is now useless. A dud. It crashes into the East River harmless. The city is saved. The alleyway Spawn calls home, that same moment. There's another round of nausea and agony as the teleportation finishes. It seems that Batman and Spawn are beginning to square up yet again. Your methods are reckless. Your disrespect for human life is detestable. You're an embarrassment. We will meet again. You better hope not, Spawn says, not backing down. I could have finished you off any time I wanted to, and if you come around here again, I will. I don't have the power to bring you down yet, but when I do, we will meet again. Jesus, will you knock it off? We just saved the whole city, maybe even the world. When it comes down to it, we both were on the same team. Neither one of us could have done this alone. Let's just bury the hatchet. What do you say? Spawn extends a hand. Bury this, is Batman's response as batarangs fly. Batman is not one to miss, and this batarang hits its mark perfectly. This is something Spawn will not forget anytime soon. Holy smokes, guys, what a ride. Okay, so my thoughts on this, when I read this as a kid, and even a couple of years ago, I did not like this. I did not like Batman's portrayal in this. I did not like the use of Batman as a villain, and just how aggressively jerkish he was in this. I don't think that this was Frank Miller's best, uh, and I don't even see how it fits in Dark Knight continuity, if you ask me, because it's never referenced anywhere. I mean, in the Spawn comics, after that last page there, he's got the shoestring in his face, and he always brushes it off when people ask him what happened to him and stuff like that. But with all that being said, going through this now, doing the voiceovers for this, I've gained a little bit of respect for the story. I mean, if it were a movie, it'd be a popcorn flick, and it'd be a really, really good one. But beyond that, I don't think it has any substance for anything. But, you know, that is just my opinion. If you guys liked in what you saw and heard here today, please be sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and hit the notification bell so you'll know when the next episode of Decoding Panels comes out. As always, my name is Tim. This is Decoding Panels under the Codex Podcast banner, and I will see you next time.